Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it is time for Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 175. Yes, 175. Who would have thought? Now today is Saturday. That's when you're watching this. I'm actually taping this late Friday night. Shh. It was supposed to be done. It was supposed to be loaded. But something happened on the internet today that affected everybody worldwide, and hopefully that's all fixed by now. But anyway, I'm taping it Friday night for you to watch Saturday, which is we're October 22nd maybe of 2016. So if you happen to be watching this in 2019, I'm so sorry, but the chances are these dies are all sold out. So it is the next collection of Simply Defined, and it is my last holiday collection of the year. And it is what the SMS girls did with my dies was just magnificent. But then I wanted to incorporate a technique that is so easy, and almost everybody has a good portion of what you're going to need to do this already in your stash. And I'm going to show you even a more economical way to do it, because I want this to be available to the masses, not just to a few. And I think when you see how I'm going to take care of how I'm going to do this, you're going to say, oh, yeah, I can do it. And even if I have to buy that one item, I can afford that one item. So I'm excited to bring it to you. I really am. And I have winner chicken dinner to talk about. Wahoo, kachoo. I want to update you really quickly on the Shop That Did Not Hop sale. We are still waiting to get in a few pallets from Sizzix. So they are working on getting the pallets to us just as quickly as possible, the pallets of product. So we haven't received everything in yet, and we can't start processing orders until it all comes in. So just as soon as everything arrives, I will let you know, and then we will start processing your Shop That Did Not Hop orders, okay? So that gives you an update there. Winner chicken dinner to announce, and that was from last week's YouTube, which was using the Crafter's Companion stencils and their stamps and gelatos, and that was so much fun. The make and take went so good. Everybody had such a good time. I wish you guys could all come to the make and take. We really have a good time on Saturday. We do. We have fun. But hopefully the YouTube, we're having fun through the YouTube, right? Right. And I had customers come in today from Missouri, and and I'm called Miss Giggles. I love that name, Miss Giggles. That works for me. That's what our customer, her husband, calls me. Oh, you're listening to Miss Giggles. That made my heart happy. So hopefully we are giggling together. Now, again, I'm going to announce the winner for chicken dinner for the last YouTube. How do you become a winner? Well, you just have to watch this YouTube, post a comment, and then you go into the running to be selected. We choose 2 winners for each YouTube. It all depends. Your chances depend upon how many comments are posted. If there's only 200 comments posted, your chances are far better than if there's 2,000 comments posted. So hopefully if you keep posting, one day you will hear your name and you will pause the YouTube. I know you will. You will pause it. You will run. You will grab your husband. You will get everybody who is in your household or at work or wherever you're watching this around you, and you're going to say, listen, she called my name. I've been trying for 3 years and she finally called it. So if this is you, I expect you to pause this YouTube, grab everybody who's around you and say, ah! All right, so our winner from YouTube number 174, and you're going to get an assortment, some of the Crafter's Companion product and a couple gelatos. Congratulations. First we have Polly Weinman? No, Weinman. Polly Weinman. Weinman? I don't know. Weinmann. You know what I'm missing? I can't read it. It was funny. Last week I didn't use my glasses at all. I didn't need them. Why didn't I need them? I was using, oh, I can't do that. Well, then I can see me. But anyway, but that's distracting to me to see myself. Very distracting. Oh, gotta keep my head, okay. So anyway, yes, it's late Friday night. Okay, what was I saying? Holy smokes, artichokes. Oh, I didn't use my, I didn't use my glasses last week because everything was big enough that I could see it. I'm going to need them this week. There's no question about it. I'm doing some detail things and there's no way I will be able to see it. Oh my gosh, I totally had a moment there. So all of you who can relate right now, raise your hand. All right, back to Polly. Polly's a winner chicken dinner. WEINMANN. Congratulations, Polly. Our second winner from YouTube 174 is Noreen Billsboro. Noreen Billsboro. Congratulations, Noreen. You are a winner chicken dinner too, so I expect you also to pause and go grab all your friends and say, she called my name. How are you going to claim your prizes? Easy. Email us at winner, WINNER, at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. It is really important you email us at that email address, WINNER, at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. We need your name, your telephone number, your address, and whether you're a Facebook winner, a YouTube winner, if you're a YouTube winner, from what YouTube number. I know you get so excited, but you make Dale's life. She's like, Stacey, we have a winner, and that's all they wrote. I'm a winner. Send. And sometimes your email address and your username, oh, that's another thing. If you have a different name on your Facebook account or your YouTube account than is your actual name, like Miss Bejeweled, if that is your username, I don't even know if that's a username or not, but if it is, could you let us know that and what your real name is so we can pair them together? We would so appreciate that. Thank you. So, Noreen Billsboro and Polly Weinman, congratulations. Send your email to winner, WINNER, at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and Dale gets the prizes out as time permits. Now, we've got a lot going on today. We've got the YouTube, or the make and take that's going on downstairs while you're watching this, if you happen to be watching it on Saturday in October 2016. I'm going to say you probably are going to want to take notes. This truly is, while this is my release, and I'm so proud of my release, and I love everything in this release, this really is a technique YouTube. So it just so happens that my dies are the ones that we're going to be using to make it all happen. So get your pen, get your paper, and we are going to start for today. All right, down we go, everybody. It's good to see you. Oh, it's late. Okay, so this is the YouTube that is going, or the YouTube, this is the make and take, something similar to it that's going on downstairs right now. The die itself is my angel die. She is part of the contour die. Hopefully you can see her. So this is an angel die. She is part of my contour that is not included in the I Want It All set. I think she's lovely. I love her, and I love her. Somebody mentioned that they just love her face. So this die is going to come with another die that I'm actually going to be using today. It's $15.99 for the two. You don't just get one, you get both of them. And again, it's not part of the I Want It All collection that goes for $59.99. So $59.99, yes, $59.99. So this is what they're doing downstairs. But I want to talk to you about this. I showed this card on Facebook. And yes, this is another one of my dies. And yes, it's a very useful die because while it does come with the center, which is the nativity scene, you don't have to use the center at all. The frame itself, and you don't have to use the star, the frame itself can be used all year round. But more importantly, I want to show you how we were able to get this look onto the die. And it is so easy. And there's many different ways, but today I'm going to show you using Stacey tape. And because Stacey tape is heat resistant, and that means that you can add embossing powder to it. So I'm going to bring over some Stacey tape. And I'm going to start with a roll this size. This is a 1/4 inch. We actually go all the way down to 1/8 of an inch, all the way up to 6 inches. And when I decided to do this YouTube, I really had to think about it. The 6-inch roll is lovely to have, and we also have a 5-inch roll, and then we go down to a 2.5-inch roll, and then we go down, 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 all the way to 1/8 of an inch. And the 5 and the 6-inch roll is certainly wonderful to have, but it definitely costs more than something that's only an inch wide. This is 6 of these make up this 6-inch size. And I love my tape. I do. I love my adhesive. It is a double stick tape. So when you peel it, if I can get my nails under there, when you peel it, it's sticky right now. You can rip it so you don't have to use scissors. It can be die cut. It's meant to hold glitter and beads and paper and acetate and acrylic and chipboard and fabric and canvas and all sorts of wonderful things. It's wonderful tape. It's a wonderful adhesive. And in the smaller rolls, we use this all the time. We actually don't sell too many tape runners because we use this instead to mount all of our pictures, our layouts, our cards, everything, because you're going to get a lot more for a lot less money. And because it holds so much, people use it for their book bindings. Anyway, when I was doing this, when I was thinking about this YouTube, I wanted to be sure that this was accessible to everybody, that no matter what your budget is, you would be able to do this. So while having the 5 and the 6-inch roll will make what I'm going to show you easier, it's not necessary. Everything I'm going to do today, I'm going to do with a 1-inch roll. And the 1-inch roll of Stacey tape is absolutely affordable. And there's 85 feet per roll. And so comparative to a tape runner, again, and you don't have to keep it this wide. If you need just small pieces, you just tear off small pieces. So I'm going to do, well, using this would have made it a much easier YouTube. No question about it. I'm going to use this so that you can see how it can be done if a 1-inch roll is what you can afford. If you've got bigger than 1 inch, well, happy day, it's going to go much faster for you. But if you can only get the 1-inch roll, or if you already have the 1-inch roll, then you know that this YouTube is for you as well. I don't want everybody to think that you need to have the biggest rolls to get this done. So what are we going to do? We're going to start. Today I'm going to be working with encrusted, the Frantage encrusted jewel kits. And inside the jewel kits comes an embossing powder, an aged embossing powder. This one happens to be aged gold. It also comes with a detailed embossing powder on the gold. It comes with gold glitter. It comes with mica flakes. It comes with chunky glitter. It comes with fine glitter. All of this comes in one package. So you get this wonderful little assortment of different textures to play with, all for $10.99, and then they're on a YouTube Yummy. And I like the idea that not only do you get embossing powders, but you get the glitters and you get the micas, because you are meant to use them together, absolutely together. Now they make, I want to say 10, maybe 12 different sets of these, 9 different sets, and I've got several of them out to play with. I've got the silver, and is this one open? Yes. So I've got the silver one here. And again, you get a silver aged embossing powder, which is what we're going to work with. You get the mica flakes. You get a beautiful glitter. You get a halo glitter. You get glass glitter. Every set gives you a complete textural, happy, creative little box. I just love them. And they all work together. You can absolutely take and mix and match between the two. But for the price, it gives you an opportunity to really play with some of the Stampendous Frantage without having to spend a tremendous amount of money. Now, if it turns out that you love the silver aged embossing powder, you just love it, and you go through this little vial like hotcakes. The beautiful thing is they sell all of these other products in what would be a full-size jar. So this gives you the opportunity to play and learn. And then if there's something that you love, you don't have to buy the whole set over again. You can just buy the full-size jar. But for $10.99, really, I mean, the full-size jar is $5.99. And yes, you get a lot more, but this is a really great opportunity for you to experiment, especially if you haven't played with mica flakes and maybe with glass glitter or with aged embossing powders. So we're going to play with those today. And we're gonna be working with the Stacey tape. Now, I also wanna talk to you about paper. Yes, can you do everything I'm gonna do on a piece of white cardstock? Absolutely. I'm going to actually start by using a piece of paper that I don't know where we got it from. I don't remember what it's for, but we don't have it in the store anymore. We moved it out. We had to make room for something else. So I have a sheet of it, 12 by 12 sheet of it right here. We all have paper that we bought for some event or some page or some card, and then when it came time to use it, we didn't. Or we forgot what we were supposed to be using it for, which is more me than anything else. It was like, gosh, what did I buy this product for? But, okay. Everybody who can relate to that, raise your hand. Okay. So I'm going to start by using a piece of paper, sorry, I shouldn't have lifted up and down, by using a piece of paper that I don't necessarily love. Now, I'm going to take my Stacey tape, and again, remember this is just a 1-inch roll. If I was using a larger roll, it would just cover more space. So I'm gonna use Stacey tape, and I'm going to peel it off. I'm going to tear it because I don't need scissors. And I am going to put it down. Now I'm working on my Simply Refined non-stick, non-slip craft mat. So my Stacey tape is not going to stick to this at all. It's going to peel right up. And I'm going to put another side by side. And this is where having the glasses sure does come in handy. So I'm just making a wider width than 1 inch. Then I'm going to cut off the excess because I don't want it sticking to what I'm going to be doing. Of course, now it's sticking to me. Just cut it right off. And if you wanted to tear it, you could. So this is what I've got. 2 pieces of 1-inch tape. Now, why did I need 2 pieces? The die I'm going to be using is the other half of the contour die. Remember, I showed you, well, that's not good. I showed you the angel in the beginning. Well, the other side that comes with that die with the angel is my flourish. So you get both of these dies for $15.99, and I'm going to be working with the flourish right now. So I made the width of my tape so that it would cover my entire flourish. If I had a wider die, something thicker, maybe my angel, oh no, I don't have her out. Maybe I do have her out. Do I have her out? No, I guess I don't. All right, well, if I had my angel might be a little bit wider, and I would just add another row of 1-inch tape until my entire die is covered so that I see that the entire die will have Stacey tape. Again, if this die was wider, I would just add another inch and I would have plenty. Now I'm going to die cut this. So I'm going to bring over my Sizzix machine. I've got my Big Shot machine. It does not matter if you have a Big Shot machine, a Big Kick machine, a Vagabond machine, an Express machine, a Plus machine, a Pro machine. It's going to be the same no matter what you do. You are going to want to start with your multi-purpose platform. This is the new multi-purpose platform. It's got the pink and green tabs. This is the brand spanking new one. It is exclusive to Scrapbooking Made Simple right now. We're the only place that has it, and yes, they are back in stock. So if you've got the long multi-purpose platform that came with your machine, this is going to work just as well with the long, but having the small one, if you have it in your budget, is so convenient because most of the time our dies are about this space. It's not often that we have a really long die, and this is just more convenient to have. I'm also going to be working with my precision base plate. Now, my dies, Simply Defined and Simply Refined dies, really do need a precision base plate. My dies can be very, very intricate, and that's how you get all that the prettiness of them. So, if you do not have a precision base plate, put this on your wish list. This is something that you're going to want to have. It is by Sizzix. Can you use it with your Cuttlebug? No. Can you use it with your Grand Caliber? No. Can you use it with anybody else's machine? No. While the dies, could you use this in a Cuttlebug machine? Sure. While dies are interchangeable in between machines, tools for the machines are generally not. So you couldn't take a Cuttlebug tool and run it through a Sizzix machine, just like you can't take a Sizzix tool. So you couldn't take the platforms from the Cuttlebug and have it work in a Sizzix, and you can't take the platforms from the Sizzix and have it work with the Cuttlebugs. Tools need to be with the same machine. Dies, yes, dies you have opportunity to play around with, but not so much tools. Now, I've got my multi-purpose platform completely closed because we're going to be working with a wafer die, which is what my dies are. They're wafer. See how wafer thin they are? And we're going to be working with the precision base plate. And if you can read the directions on the precision base plate, you've got it upside down. If I start to die cut and I can read how to use it, stop. Turn it around so that the metal is facing you. And this precision base plate acts as your bottom cutting plate. It acts as your do not cut plate. And it's a beautiful do not cut plate because it never warps, but it's only meant to be used with intricate dies. If I had a frame die, I've done it, but you're not supposed to. If you have a frame die, you shouldn't be using it with a precision base plate. It puts too much force and it warps the die. I've done it. I know, I've done it. You're not supposed to, but it's not recommended. So I have got my piece of paper that I have no recollection of why I bought it, but I own it, so I want to use it for something. I have got my Sizzix Big Shot machine, or my Big Kick machine, or my Vagabond, or whichever one you own. I've got my small multi-purpose platform, or if you have the larger one, that's fine. I've got my precision base plate with the metal face up. I have got my paper with my sticky, my tape facing me. And then I'm going to line up my die. And then I'm going to put on another plate, whether it be clear or colored, it's whatever you have, and I'm going to send it through. And make sure I didn't move it. I did move it. Okay, send it through. Oh, Stacey. Okay, let's try again, and we're just gonna go for it this time. It is what it is. Ha ha ha. Okay, creaks and cracks. Yes, those can be normal for a Big Shot machine or a Big Kick machine. You shouldn't worry. Keep going. If the machine doesn't take the platforms, then you have something wrong. But as long as it's taking it and you're not putting you're not going to get it through, you're going to be fine. Now again, this is an intricate die. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and I'm going to send it back. And the reason I'm going to do that is because if I leave it this way, sending it back, it's going to hit the roller in the exact same way. And if it didn't cut it through the first time and you send it back, it's still not going to cut it. You need to move it. So now the whole die hits the rollers in a new way, in a different way, and anything that didn't cut before will cut now. So send it right on through. Little creaks and cracks are okay. Yes, I'm sending it right on through. I'm on my non-slip. See, it doesn't move. Isn't that awesome? It doesn't move. This is my Simply Refined craft mat. I love it. I was so nervous about coming out with this, but I think it was a really good idea. I'm really happy. So I'm going to pull this off, and I take that off to the side. And now I'm going to pull my die out. So I've got the pattern paper. So this is where I'm at. Now I need to start popping all the little bits and pieces out, but I don't want to throw them away. I want to get a bag for them, and I want to save them because I do that. Why? Because now you've got little bits and pieces that you can use later on another card or another layout. It's already got Stacey tape on it, so you could do the same technique I'm going to do, or you could glitter them. Getting this flourish out. 'Cause, come on. Oh, there we go. So I'm just popping out the, see, why would you want to throw that away? Oh, no, no, no. That's a keeper. You can decorate something else with that. The envelope you could do with that. The inside of the card, that's an absolute keeper. So let's just finish popping out some of these other little bits and pieces. Lots of little flourishes are in this one that come out. There's another little flourish. You wouldn't want to throw these away. I would just get a little bag and put them in and save them, because until you pull off the liner of the Stacey tape, of the Simply Defined tape, until you pull that off, they're good. They don't go bad. Okay, so I've got all my little bits and pieces out. Okay, this is where having a wider width is a little more helpful, because when I pull the liner off to expose the sticky, it would come off in one piece. But I understand not everybody can afford the wider widths of tape, but the 1-inch tape is really affordable, and you will see it will do the job just fine. So now I'm going to take my tweezers, I've got my fussy tweezers, and my glasses, and I'm going to start peeling off the liner and exposing my sticky. And again, if I had a wider piece, it would just peel off in one swoop. But since I'm trying to be economical and use what I have, and I own 1 inch, or I own 2-inch tape, and I'm trying, or 2.5-inch tape, and I'm trying to do this with a die that's 5 inches, you can do this. You just have to line up the tape next to each other until you have got the entire paper covered wide enough to do the die that you want to do. See, this is why I'm using my glasses. I would never, ever, ever be able to see that if I didn't. I wouldn't be able to see that one either. Or that one. I'm so proud of myself for having my cheaters on. It is amazing what you can see. All right. So I understand it's taking me a little bit longer, but it's because I wanted to use something that most of you would be able to afford versus using a wider tape. All right, so I've got my die here with all of my Stacey tape hopefully taken off. Okay, there we go. It's sticky right now. I have to do something with it. What am I going to do? I'm going to grab my embossing powder. So I've got a little card here that I'm going to put underneath just so that my embossing powder, I can funnel it back in. And then I think I'm going to get the teal. This is aged teal embossing powder. This comes in the little vial. Frankly, my favorite is the gold and the silver. I am in love, love, love with the gold and the silver. And I think the reason I love the gold and the silver the most is because they're totally interchangeable. You can mix and match stuff from the gold and the silver. Like, oh my gosh, it's fabulous. But I'm going to show you the teal because the teal is so pretty. And can you see how there's little pieces of teal and little pieces of gold? And it's a different type of embossing powder. It's a little more chunky. And I'm literally going to dump. I'm just going to dump it all over. You're like, oh, really? Yes, because I'm going to end up putting the majority of it back. But I want to make sure I cover all of that tape. So I'm going to tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm going to see, did I get everything covered? And then I'm just going to turn it over because it's sticky. And I'm just going to kind of push it into my embossing powder just to make sure I've got it everywhere I want it to go. Oh, see, I missed a piece. I can tell because the little white is still there. I missed a little piece of Stacey tape. That's also the benefit of using a colored paper, is that you'll be able to see where you didn't pull. I think that looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to set that to the side, and then I'm going to gather this up. And then, like I told you, I'm just going to put it right back into my vial. So you can see, I really didn't use very much at all. It's almost full again. I didn't use very much at all. Now this is where the heat tool comes in, and I apologize that this is going to take a little bit of time, but I'm going to do half of it, I think, and then I'll show you one that I've already done. But I wanted to show you what a heat tool does for those who have never seen it. Now, I don't use the big cylinder tool, and that's because, one, it blows things away, and for me, that's a problem. Two, it tends to get hot really fast, and if you're good with it, awesome. But if you accidentally stay in one place too long, you can burn or scorch your paper. I'm the slow and steady wins the race kind of girl. So I like to be sure that no matter how close I get it, it's not going to burn my paper, it's not going to blow everything away. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to heat up my die cut, which has now got Stacey tape, Simply Defined adhesive on it. It's my Simply Defined adhesive die cut with my newest collection of Simply Defined dies and stamps for Christmas, and Stampendous' Frantage embossing powders. And see, I would just assume, can you see how close I'm getting it? I mean, I can get it right down to it, and it's not going to burn, and it's not going to blow away. And for me, that's really important, because people say that they're not good with embossing, and chances are they're holding, if they have the cylinder tool, there's nothing wrong with it. You just have to be better at using it. You have to have a little more experience with it, practice with it, so that you know what's too close and you know how long is too long. This, I can just direct the heat where I want it to go. And like I said, I'm only going to do part of it, though I'm almost done. Alright, well, we've been talking this long, so I'm almost done. I'm just going to finish it. It's that close, so you notice I don't do this. I kind of pick a spot, and I stay there until I see it's all done, and then I move on. And when I see that's all done, then I move on. I'm not a big fan of doing this. And the reason I'm not a big fan of doing this when I emboss is because that heat needs to hit that embossing powder to change it from a powder into a solid. And if you're adding heat and then taking heat away, and then adding heat and then taking heat away, because you're doing this, it takes longer for it to actually get enough heat to heat up to melt. So I'm not a big fan of the let's move it all around. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm going to let it cool for just a minute. And it doesn't take long for embossing powder to cool. No, you cannot use a hair dryer. This heat's far hotter than a hair dryer. If we if we use this to dry our hair, we'd be scorched. Okay, so it's not gonna stick to my craft mat because this is a non-stick craft mat. But when it's done, it's beautiful. It is just beautiful. Do you see the teal and the gold? That is the most gorgeous embossing powder. And again, this is the teal. My favorite is the gold and the silver because you can do so much to it. And remember, I used this paper. Underneath this beauty is hiding this paper. But you can't tell. You cannot tell that that paper is underneath there. And of course, this is an edge die, so when we use it, we do it at the edge of a card. So pretty. But you can do more. So let's grab another piece. I'm going to cut it again. I'm going to put down, because I'm going to make it, that was just plain. I'm going to bam it a little bit. I'm going to bling it and zing it, and I'm just going to add a little something something. So I'm going to take my Stacey tape, make sure that the piece of paper I cut was big enough. Oh yeah, plenty. I'm just going to put it down, pull a second piece off, line it up right next to it because that is wide enough for the die that I'm using. Line it right up. Could I use white paper? Sure. Could I use red paper? Sure. Could I use purple paper? Sure. The idea is to grab some stuff that you're never going to use and use it. Would I use good white paper to do this? Heavens no. You can use white paper for so many wonderful things. Why use white paper to cover it up with embossing powder? No, no, no. There we go. All the little scraps that you have that you've been hoarding, awesome. Nobody needs to know what was underneath it. So I'm going to die cut again. I'm going to bring over my Big Shot machine. I've got my small multi-purpose platform down. All tabs are closed. You could absolutely use your larger multi-purpose platform. I've got my precision base plate because my dies tend to be more intricate and need it. I have got my icky paper with my 1-inch Stacey tape, and I'm going to send it on through. Little creaks and cracks. Oh, look at that. No little creaks and cracks on this one. Little creaks and cracks are just fine. Now, because I have an intricate die, I'm going to rotate it and send it on back. Ooh. And pull it on over. Get my little scissors. I need my fussy scissors to do this. Snip that off, that one off, and pop my die out. Get all my bits and pieces back out. I would not throw them away because obviously now you know that you can peel this off, peel the sticky off, add embossing powder to that, and emboss away all the little bits and pieces I'm pulling out. You can do that with, and you don't have to use them right away because until you expose the sticky, until you take that top layer off, they stay good forever. So when you just need a little something to finish a card or a layout off, you can go to your bag of tricks over here that has all of these little bits and pieces in it and sort through them and find just the right one that's going to work. There we go. There's the big flourish again. And then some of the larger pieces. I mean, there's a moon. Right there. There's a moon. Put some embossing, gold embossing powder on it or some yellow glitter or whatever you gotta do. There's a moon. I love that sometimes the folly outy pieces are every bit as good as the actual die itself. All right, now I'm going to peel off my liner. And again, if I was using a larger, a wider piece of Stacey tape that did the entire die, if I was using a 2.5-inch Stacey tape, my liner would pull off all in one piece. But because I'm trying to show you how it can be done without having to have the widest size Stacey tape, it takes a little bit more work. You just have to pull the extra little pieces off, which really isn't all that much more work, but you do have to do it. And if you accidentally leave a piece on, when you put your embossing powder on, you're gonna know, because it'll be all white. So see, if you're using a piece of white paper, it's really hard to see where you've left a little bit of tape. And I know that there's a piece here because I've been leaving that one alone. Oh, that one came off. And I know that there's a piece here because I've been leaving that one on by accident and that one came off. And I think all I have left to do, if I can get it unsticky from my hand, is this one down here and that one right there. So let's see, I think I have them all off. We'll know when I put my embossing powder on. All right, so I'm going to bring over my, this time I'm going to use my gold. And I'm going to use the aged gold embossing powder. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to dump, 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 dump. Dump, 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 dump. Just like I did last time. And then tap off. Turn it upside down. Press it in real good so that I'm sure I've got everything covered. Give a good press. And let's see. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Oh, no. See, looky. I left two pieces. Can you see I left that piece? And I left that piece. So all I have to do is take my tweezers, go in there, pop that off, go in there, pop that off, and then turn it back over and make sure that those two areas have picked up glitter, the embossing powder. Yay! See? Ta-da! Now I'm going to put it down and I'm going to put all of this back. So far, it's exactly what I did before. This is where we get a little different. I'm going to take some of the glitter and I'm going to throw some of the glitter right on top of my embossing powder. Now, Stacey tape obviously is heat resistant or you could not do this. So I'm taking some of that glitter that comes in the kit, and what's going to happen is that when that embossing powder melts, the glitter is going to melt right into it. Now, it used to be that before Stacey tape, when you wanted to do this, if you put your heat gun on it, oh, there's the fire truck. It's not a Stacey YouTube if there's not a fire truck. It used to be that when you would put the glitter on top, or mica flakes, or whatever. Your embossing powder is stuck down, but the other isn't. You would have to hit it from below. But now, between the Stacey tape and the heat it tool, now you don't have to, you would literally have to melt everything from below so it wouldn't blow away when you hit it with the embossing heat tool. Especially the cylinder. You do this with a cylinder tool and all of that glitter is gonna go psh, and it's gonna be gone. So if you had the cylinder, you would heat it from the bottom until it got hot enough to go through the paper and through the die cut and actually melt that embossing powder. Now we have the heat it tool and we have Stacey tape. And it's gonna just slowly start to melt in. And that glitter is going to melt right into that embossing. Can you see how it's not going absolutely everywhere? And I could use mica flakes. I could use glass glitter if I wanted it to have a more chunky feel. And look at how that's just embossing, and it's just a little bit of happiness. So this one I am going to stop a little early. So I didn't do over here because I want you to see the difference. I want to give it just a second to, and you can see I've still got glitter all over my white. It did not blow all over the place. But you can see now my embossing has got glitter in it as well. Just not a lot, it's not over the top, but it gives you, and I have no clue if that you can see this on camera, but it gives it that extra little pop of something. Now over here, I did not finish embossing, and you can see that it still looks rough, still looks powdery. It needs to melt into the solid. And you can see, oh my gosh, how pretty that is. And for the holiday times, holy smokes, artichoke, I love the gold. Love the gold, love the silver. Because I could have taken the silver, because it's not silver. I could have put the glass glitter in there and had the silvery glass glitter in there. I mean, it's just a world of fun. And a world of pretty. And that is how we were able to accomplish, where's my card? That is how we were able to accomplish this card here. And there's the inside, just so you know we used it. That is using the aged bronze. And see the green patina flakes, because bronze patinas, and it comes with the green. The green, that just happens with the embossing powder. So we did the gold, and you can't tell that the icky blue is underneath, but look at how pretty it is. And that glitter is into the embossing powder. It has melted into the embossing powder. So I could have done, instead of the copper, I could have done the really pretty gold with the glitter. And if I didn't like that, I could have done the teal with the gold. And because their kits are so inexpensive to give you an opportunity to play, you just can't go wrong. And like I said, they're meant to mix and match. I could most certainly take the teal fragments and mix that in with the silver for snowflakes. Oh, wouldn't that be pretty? Do the silver embossing powder and then throw some of the teal glitter and the teal mica flakes on top for snowflakes, and to have a little textural aspect to it. Oh my gosh, and it's not hard. If you have as thin as 1-inch Stacey tape, some embossing powders, some beautiful dies that you love, and a heat tool. You are good to go. You can do this. And they're just elegant. This is the gold. That's just the plain gold with nothing in it. And there's the gold with the glitter in it. And hopefully you can see that. All using my contour edge die, which awesome. It also comes with the angel. So that is how we were able to accomplish this one and that one. But I have more to show you. Before I show you, I want to show you the storyboards because Elena worked so hard on the storyboard. So I want to show you the storyboards for the Simply Refined collection of dies and stamps. It is, it's called Trimming the Tree, is the collection name this month. I'm going to start with the contour. So contour die sold separately, $15.99 gets you both dies. So you can do the angel, woo, the angel. You can do the edge like we did today. There's the angel, and she actually makes a fold out. How cute is that? I know. And here's the angel, do as a gatefold. So there's the angel as a gatefold. And here is the flourish as a fold out. Here is the flourish as a gatefold. Now what I want to tell you is this little, she backed it in the gray. And oh, that's my Simply Defined bedazzled paper. You can see it's shimmery. She backed it in the gray. So the blue is the die cut, but then she backed it in the gray and she used my fussy scissors. I know I've got them here somewhere. She used my fussy scissors to cut around the edge to give the edge there. And she used my fussy scissor because she wanted to back it in the gray. If she didn't back it in the gray, it would be more open like this. And that may be just perfect. That may be exactly what you want, more open. But she wanted to back it in the gray, and she used my fussy scissors. Let's see, fussy scissors. They're a different kind of scissor. They don't put any pressure on your hands, and they're meant to be able to do intricate work. As you can see, she did intricate work cutting those out. So this is the contour die for Trimming the Tree, and both of them, you get both of them for the $15.95. These will sell out before anything else. I can tell you that already. Next we have the next two dies in the collection, and it is Season's Greetings and Winter Joy. So not only do you get the frame, but you get the cute, beautiful little ornament and Season's Greetings. Now you can use the frame all by itself, or you can use the frame with the ornament inside of it. But what if you like the little star that comes with Winter Joy? Here's the Winter Joy frame. Here's the Winter Joy star. You've got the words, and you can certainly combine them, but you could take that and put that in here. These are meant to mix and match. The centers are meant to be able to mix and match if you want. And the frames, you don't have to keep it as a frame. You can snip the little snowflake right out, or if you don't want this one to be Christmas, you can snip out the reindeer, and then you just have this beautiful frame that you can use all year round. But if you want to put them together, how gorgeous is that? That's using my reflections paper. How gorgeous is that? So this is Winter Joy and Season's Greetings. The next two, and that's how they come. Winter's Joy and Season's Greetings. The next two are Holiday Cheer and Magic of Christmas. So here's Holiday Cheer. Here's the frame. Here's the tree that will dangle if you wanted to. Holiday Cheer are the words, and all the words are separate, so you can mix and match. You could have Christmas Cheer, because Christmas comes with that one. You can mix and match your words. They're all separate. Here it is all put together. But what if you wanted that tree to dangle inside with the reindeer? Yes, you can do that. What if you wanted that star to dangle inside here? What if you wanted the tree to go inside the frame? They're all meant to mix and match. That's how this collection was done. What if you just want to use the star and the tree all by themselves and you don't want to use anything else? You can do that too. This is all done with Reflections and Vintage Glam. Those are simply defined products. So Reflections and Vintage Glam. Yep, you can do whatever you want with these. You have options. Okay, and there they are in the packaging. And then last but not least are probably my favorites. They're probably my favorites. I love this frame. I love it. It's perfect just the way it is. It can be used for anything all year round. It has no holiday anything on it, but I've given you the nativity seat and Away in a Major, and there it is all put together. There's your card, done, easy peasy. Then the snow globe. So you've got the snow globe and the little top for the globe and some holly leaves. So if you want to put it together, there it is, all done. Love the snow globe. Wait till you see the samples the girls came up with. Oh my goodness gracious. So this is Away in the Major and Bauble. So that is the collection. If you buy the dies individually, they're $13.99. But if you buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the entire set, excluding the contour die, they are only $10 a die in the I Want It All bundle. But you have to buy the I Want It All bundle. You can't add each one of them to your cart. It won't reflect the price, but there is an I Want It All bundle that will get you each of these. So that's the collection. Then we have, oh my goodness, all the beautiful colors, all the beautiful sets of the encrusted kits, the encrusted jewel kits. They all have some kind of a mica, they all have some kind of a glitter, they all have some kind of an embossing powder. So from purples and reds and blues and golds and bronzes and the teal and oh my goodness gracious, the white is magnificent. The silver, the pink, well, I think that's all of them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them. So these are all going to be on sale on the YouTube Yummy along with the individual bottles of just the embossing powder. So if you just want the embossing powder, we're doing that on a YouTube Yummy for you as well. And this is all from Stampendous. And $10.99 is really a phenomenal deal. There will be an I Want It All for the encrusted, and you really can't go wrong. Fran did a beautiful job on that product. Okay, so now let's play with samples, shall we? I want to show you what was done before I get to the girl samples. These samples were done using the encrusted embossing powder, the encrusted kits. All of these samples were made using the kits I just showed you. That's not paper, that's embossing powder. Is that gorgeous? And again, using simply defined dies. Trimming the tree, because that's what it is. We've trimmed the tree. See the encrusted embossing powder? And this has got mica and glass glitter all thrown on top of it, and then heat with a heat tool. So pretty. Here's the white. Oh my gosh. Can you see it's got shaved ice and glitter and white embossing powder to make that snowflake just pop? And that all came out of one set, the white set. Oh my gosh. See, if you just want to use the ornaments all by themselves, there you go. You don't have to use the frames if you don't want to, but you can. And all of your words are separate, so you can make your own sayings. Here's the bauble, again done with, we've got reflections on the back, and we've got the white frantage kit, the encrusted kit to do the bauble. Pretty, easy. And Stacey tape. This one's just plain elegant. Remember how I told you you could take the other centers from other sets and mix and match? And this one is done with the bronze, the aged bronze or aged copper. It's got the green in it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So you can see all the embossing. Okay, those were done using the encrusted jewel kits. And again, if you want to start off safe and just play, I would start with the gold and the silver. And gosh, if you really have it in you, try the white. But you're going to get bang for your buck, definitely with the gold and the silver. Then the other colors are like an added bonus. All right, so let's show you what the girls did with my dies. This is Yvette. And she has used the contour edge. She has used Reflections glitter paper and some of my glimmer sheets. So this is Yvette. Look at how pretty is that. Oh, she makes my stuff look so good. They all do. Is that not gorgeous? Oh my goodness gracious. And here's her. Oh, is that not just a little bit of happiness? Again, all done. This is done with Clearly Glitter. The white is all Simply Defined Clearly Glitter, and the back piece is Glimmer Sheets, Simply Defined Glimmer Sheets. Oh my goodness gracious. And it just, I mean, it just depends upon how you look at it. The color changes. This is Yvette. Next we have Sharon. Oh my gosh, and this card is just, it's just beautiful. Here we have Sharon. Did she? Oh, she did. There's my angel. She cut it right out of, this was an A2 card. She cut it right out of the base of the A2 card. Right out of the base of the A2 card. And then she put Season's Greetings on the inside. But this is Sharon, and this is one of my contour edges. It is my Christmas angel. And I sure do hope you like her. So Sharon. And then Sharon did another one with, she also used my glimmer sheets to make her snowflake. Winter Joy, this is one die cut. Done. Boom. Put on a piece of my Simply Defined Dotty paper. Done. This is Slam Bam, thank you ma'am. Get some holiday cards done. Easy. Beautiful. And then she did Away in a Major. Also with my glimmer sheets. Away in the Major. That is Sharon. Next we're going to move on to Kathy. Season's Greetings. Season's Greetings. Pretty. Pretty. All done with paper and a little bit of glitter. So that's Kathy. Oh my gosh, I love her card. How do we feel? It's beautiful. Away in a Major. So pretty. So pretty. And done on a bigger card. She backed it with a piece of embossed paper to give a little bit of texture. A little bit of texture. So Away in a Major. And this is from Kathy. And then Kathy also did a layout. And she used the piece that comes out of that big contour. It comes out of this. Remember I said you never know when you're going to need it? Well, there it is. She did them for the corners. Oh, is she ever so clever? And then she threw in the little tree and one of the little snowflakes here and here and Season's Greetings. And there is her layout. And that is Kathy. Then we have Claire. So we have Season's Greetings, done with a star. And what did Claire? Oh, oh, Claire. Okay, she took half of the frame and snipped it. So she cut the frame, this frame twice. Oh, which one is it? Where's my storyboard for this one? Oh, right here. So she cut the top of this frame. She just snipped off the bottom and used just the top piece here to make a top and a bottom. And then this little thing folds in there. She used the star and has it suspended, and then you open it and bam! Talk about, oh, and then she used the little tree, and she used the star, and she used the ornament, and she used the little snowflakes. Talk about well, this is a card you give to people you really like, that you know are not going to throw it away, because that's pretty magnificent. And I love how she used the top and the bottom, just the frame. She just cut it twice and snipped off the balance to use it twice. So that is Claire, and that's pretty awesome, Claire. Then we have the tree that dangles. So you've got the 3 trees, but the center one actually dangles. The other 2 are done with my glimmer sheets, and this one is done with my reflections paper, and then she used an embossing folder. Did she put anything on the inside? No, good, okay. And it just dangles. Lays beautifully, doesn't it? This is Claire. And then Claire did Away in a Major. And here she put the music note embossing folder on the background, because Away in a Major is the song, but here you go. So she's got a music note embossing folder on the back, and then the Simply Defined dies in the front. And Claire, oh, Claire was a busy girl. Here we go. Using my Vintage Glam. This is Vintage Glam, the gold. So pretty. Remember, this is what she used in silver on that fabulous pop-out card. And then last but not least, she did a mixed media piece where she's got the trees and she's got the snowflakes, and she used some of the product that comes in the kits. She used from the white, she used the glitter, and she used the shaved ice to make her canvas. That's Claire. We're getting there. Next we have Michelle. See, and I love Michelle's bauble. I do. I love this. I told you when you saw what she did with it, it's beautiful. She's got clearly glitter on the back. She backed it. I mean, it's just beautiful. And the paper she found, oh, did she do this paper? I'm gonna have to ask. But there's the bauble. She's even got the little ornament. This is Michelle. And then Michelle did one also with my Angel Contour Edge. She's got music acetate over to the side. She's done it on Vintage Glam. This is Michelle. And it is the Contour Edge. Oh my gosh. And then she did a spinner card. So you can spin, 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 spin the star, and then when you open it up, it'll spin. All done with Vintage Glam and my Simply Defined die. This is Michelle. And then we have Doris. Oh, we're getting there, folks. There is Doris. Sophisticated and white, and of course it dangles because they're meant to dangle. The centers are meant to dangle. They fit just perfectly in, and they're meant to be able to dangle. Oh, she didn't put anything on the inside, but I looked, Doris. I did, I looked. This is Doris. And here she's got with the, oh, this makes my heart happy. It dangles. I love it, I love it, I love it. This is Doris, and they dangle. Isn't that gorgeous? All done with the Simply Defined dies. Did you? Oh, magic of Christmas. I opened it, Doris. I am the worst about remembering which ones I'm supposed to open. See, and she has it, she popped it up, that centerpiece, so that it almost has a shadow box feel. Just almost looks like a shadow box. And then we have Doris. No, nothing on the inside. Okay, but I looked. But silver and gold, which just reminds me of Burl Ives singing silver and gold, seems so much more when I see. It's from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, if you guys don't know. So silver and gold decorations on every Christmas tree. There's Doris. Beautiful, isn't it? And again, all using different, they're all different from all the different sets of the Simply Defined Trimming the Tree collection. We called it Trimming the Tree because the stuff dangles. I love that it dangled. Okay, then we're gonna go with Belinda. And Belinda has a beautiful tag, again using my angel. And she did, in true Belinda style, she did a holiday crown. What little girl wouldn't want to wear this for holidays? She's done a holiday crown using the snowflake, the frame. It's the frame again and again and again, and she's got winter in between all of it, and bling and the star. I think her crown, okay, Belinda, the only problem with the crown is that it's not quite big enough for me. Is that so cute? And then it sits on a perfect little pedestal of snowflakes. It's a Christmas crown. It's frozen crown. Oh, Elsa and Anna, there you go. You got an Elsa and Anna fan? There you go. Make them their own little winter crown. Last but not least is Elena. Now Elena, she does all of the storyboards. And I don't know if I can turn her tea light on or not. But she did a glass etching using my dies. Can you see how she used it to etch the glass? And yes, there's a way to do that. There's product out there that will allow you to die cut and lay it on glass, and it will etch the glass, and then you pull it off. Absolutely. This is Elena. And Elena makes, are they pearls? She makes these all holiday long. People order them from her all the time. But this is Elena. And I know I should be able to turn that on. I just don't know where. Let's see if I can get it on super quick. Oh, it twists. Well, how easy was that? Oh, now you can really see. Pretty, huh? This is from Elena. But then Elena did something super spectacular. She made a little notebook of cards. And you've got the contour edge on both sides. There's the center. But then when you open them, here's a way and a major. And then when you open it, it dangles. Is that just a little bit of fabulous? And then you write your sentiment and you close it up, and there is your card. Then she did Winter Joy. And when you open it, there's your snowflake dangling. She has made a card using 2 frames. She die cut 2 frames on a piece of paper, glued them down, glued them at the top, added a card base or a white piece of paper to mat. She did the front. Then she did a shaker card. So you've got a shaker card with the globe, and then you open it up, and you've got the dangle. Trimming the tree is exactly what it is. Did Elena not rock this? Did she not? I mean, she just hit it out of the ballpark. Then we have holiday cheer. Holiday cheer. And the Christmas tree. Then we've got season's greetings. And the reindeer. Out of totally non-traditional colors. This is done all out of grays. It's beautiful. With the ornament hanging in the center. And then last but not least, we've got Magic of Christmas. And she's got the Christmas trees coming up the side and the star down the center. That is Elena. And she did a rock star job. All right. Holy smokes, artichokes, that was long, I know. But I hope you learned something. I hope you get inspired to grab some old yucky paper, 1 inch or greater if you happen to have it, Stacey tape. Oh my goodness gracious. Some embossing powder and some dies that you love. And if you love my Christmas dies, then I want you to have those too. But I really wanted you to see just what you can do with stuff you may already have. And being that Stacey tape is totally heat resistant, go ahead, heat it, throw some embossing powder, throw some glitter, get your heat tool out. And if you don't have a heat tool yet and you do have a preference, you do have a choice, I do recommend this one. It's just easier to use. Everybody gets to be more successful with it than a cylinder. Those are a little bit more difficult. I'm trying to tilt on down just a little bit. Those are a little bit more difficult to use. But if you've got a cylinder and you're comfortable with it, go for it. So get out or if you don't have any, get some of the Frantage, the encrusted jewel kits, and start playing. You'll have a really great time, I promise. All right, it's me, Stacey. Scrapbookingmadesimple.com is where you're going to find all of this product. Don't forget to post your comment, and I will see you next week for YouTube Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 176. Good night, and so long.